Hi, this is Lucia from Nutritionist. Hi, this is Lucia from the Nutritionist's Basket. I'm sorry I've been away for a while, but you know, like my husband says, life on life's terms. But we're back on schedule, and so you will be starting to get videos again. So today, what I want to talk about is flax seeds. Some people also call them linseeds. And for those of you who know me, a lot of people call flax seeds a superfood. Well, I don't believe in superfoods. I mean, even a potato could be a superfood. I feel that every food that God has created is a superfood. They all have their own benefits, that they help our body heal and energize us and give us protein and just the miraculous things that our body is able to do. So I don't refer to flaxseed as a superfood. But what I will say is that there are a lot of really good properties that flaxseed offers. Now first, let's talk about flaxseed. For maybe those of you who aren't familiar with flaxseed, they come in two different types. They come in the golden and they come in brown. The nutritional profile is pretty much the same for both of them, so it really doesn't matter which one you choose. But one thing about flaxseed is it contains all 20 of the amino acids. And when a food contains all 20 of the amino acids, it's considered a complete protein. Very high in omega-3, so it's a very healthy fat. It's got a lot of dietary fiber. The fiber that you find in flaxseed is both soluble, which means it dissolves in water. So as it dissolves in water, it creates a gel-like substance. So it helps keep you your blood sugars lower. And for those of you who are diabetic, it's a great source to add to your food. And it's also an insoluble fiber, which means it doesn't dissolve in water. But what it does do is it absorbs water so that as it goes through your digestive tract, it starts to build up bulk. And so it helps keep you full longer. So there's a lot of great benefits to flaxseed. Another great thing that flaxseed has in them is lignans. Lignans. That's the word right there, lignans. A little difficult to say. But what lignans are, it's a form of an antioxidant. And so that helps keeps those free radicals at bay in our body, and it helps fight. So there is research that shows that flaxseed helps not only with diabetes, lowering your blood sugar, your cholesterol levels, but it also helps with cancer, prevent cancer. So there's a lot of great benefits to flaxseed. And they're just such little seeds that they don't look like much. But one of the things about these seeds is that our body really can't digest them. So it's important that you grind them before you use them, so you don't eat them whole. But the nutritional value of flaxseed is that it's got about 55 kilocalories of energy in them. So that's about 3% of your total daily requirement. About 2 grams of protein in about 2 tablespoons of flaxseed. It's also very low in carbohydrates, about 3 grams. So that's really good if you're someone who's diabetic. The dietary fiber is about 3 grams. And of course, not to mention the... Sorry, that was my dogs. They get pretty excited when I talk about flaxseed and the benefits that flaxseed offers. So anyway, as I was saying, there are 2 forms of flaxseed. You can get flaxseed oil. And when you buy the flaxseed oil, make sure it's cold pressed. You want to refrigerate it. You don't want to keep it out on the shelf because it does have a short shelf life, about 3 months. And the other thing is you don't want to use flaxseed when you cook because the heat will actually break down the components of the flaxseed itself. So you want to be able to use it maybe as a finishing oil, for salad dressing, things like that. You can also, like I mentioned earlier, when you buy flaxseed, try to find it already whole, not ground, because as soon as you grind it, the fat starts to become rancid as it mixes with the oxygen. So you want to get whole flaxseed and you want to grind it yourself. And usually what I do is I actually have a coffee grinder designated for all my herbs and spices and stuff. So I will just grind it in a coffee grinder as I need it. And you should also store your flaxseed in a refrigerator because you want it to stay cold. You don't want those omega-3s to be exposed and to go rancid. So you only need about a tablespoon every serving. It's great. You can throw it on salad dressing. You can put it in a sandwich if you want to mix it with maybe some mustard so it kind of holds together. There's a lot of great ways that you can use flaxseed. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to make flaxseed pancakes. So this is perfect if you are diabetic. It's perfect if you are gluten-free. If you have celiac disease, because there'll be no flour at all in these pancakes. So let's go ahead and get started on the pancakes. Okay, so this is a very simple recipe. What we're going to use is bananas, and again, if you can use really ripe bananas like these here, they're higher in potassium the more ripe they are. 1 egg and only 3 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. And put it in the bowl, and then I just want to kind of mix the egg up and mush up the banana. Now, the other thing that flaxseed is really good, if you don't eat dairy, maybe you're vegan, instead of using the egg, you can actually add another tablespoon of flaxseed and a little bit of water. And so this is another way of changing the way you add certain foods into your diet. So if you wanted to stay away from eggs and you wanted to use an egg substitute, perfect egg substitute that the vegans use is actually flaxseed with some water. So that would be another option for you too. So you don't have to use the egg. So this is a very diet-friendly recipe. So right now it kind of looks really watery, and that's okay. That's the way it's supposed to look. But what we want to do now is we want to let it sit for about a half hour so that the flaxseed can actually absorb all that moisture, because remember I did say it was a water soluble and a not water soluble food, so it will absorb the insoluble fiber will absorb the water and it will become thicker. So we're just going to let this rest for about a half hour, and then we will go ahead and make our pancakes. Okay, so now as you can see, we let this sit for about a half hour, so it has kind of thickened up. And again, you can add more or less flaxseed. It just depends how much you want. So I've got a grill pan that I actually just kind of sprayed some nonstick spray on. And this is actually going to be for 1 serving. So you should be able to get about 3 pancakes. And so we're just going to go ahead and spread them on the grill, and we are going to let them cook. Now, one thing about, oops, I got a small one. Okay, that's all right. But this is a good serving, breakfast serving, and it's really quick and easy. One thing about the pancake is you don't want to worry if it gets really dark, because they're going to get a little bit more golden brown than a regular pancake, and the reason being is because of the sugar that's in the banana. So they will get a little bit darker than normal. You will have to cook your pancakes just a little bit longer than normal because they are so moist, but they are going to taste wonderful. So we're just going to wait for this side to get golden brown, and we'll flip and you'll see what I'm talking about with the color. So we've cooked our flaxseed pancakes for about 4 minutes on each side, and you can see they're beautifully golden brown, and so they are ready to be served. So I'm just going to plate them up here, and we will take them back over to the counter and I will decorate them. I'm not someone who's real big on syrup. I actually like fresh fruit, so I have some strawberries that I had in the freezer, and I added some blueberries to it, and so I've just added this as my fruit topping for my pancakes. And it's just perfect. You've got your fruit, which is really important to get fruit in your diet every day. You've got your flaxseed, your banana, and there is an egg also. So this is a very high protein meal. And again, you can make it vegan by not adding the egg, just an extra tablespoon of flaxseed with a little bit of water. And it's really healthy and delicious. Thank you so much for tuning in to my video today. Please go ahead and like it. I'd like to hear any feedback, so go ahead and below if you wanted to write any comments. That'd be great. Also, I'm still looking for 100 subscribers. I'm still short by about 20, so please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can watch all of my videos. And again, remember that God has created the perfect food for our bodies for healing, and that you can find nutrition through the healing of food. Thanks. Have a great day.
Yes, pancakes.
Has anyone seen my pancakes?
It's our mission to find nutrition and unmask it. Nutritionist basket. Nutritionist basket.